All right, we're live.
Bro, I'm so fucking excited.
So
I
awesome.
literally waited
So
all
awesome. So awesome.
day.
It's happening in real life.
Bro, I waited
Happening in
all
real
day
life.
to come and introduce myself to Leslie. I waited for every person to stop talking. I was sitting down and like, stop fucking talking. Nobody cares. Pay the money. Get out of the way.
I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, he's just standing there. I'm like, shaking hands. I'm like, he's still there? What's he doing? And I finally turned to him, and he's like, Leslie.
I've waited all day.
I've waited all day.
I think I freaked you out.
I didn't
freaked you
realize
out.
it was him. I was like, dude, I've never seen you without a cigar in your mouth.
So I was like such a creep where I was like, Leslie, do you need help? And she was like, she got you the look on your face, you're like, no. It's really.
I was like, no thanks. Oh!
I did my damnedest to be as polite as fucking possible. But finally the last Master Chief left. I was like, thank God.
The last Master
Jesus
Chief.
hell.
Yeah. It was like,
I don't
seriously,
have to
stop
come
being
here
so
anymore. I can go to
popular
the
and having
actual
everyone
hotel
talk.
and
I know. I don't know what it's been a lucrative
So
day.
since the last time we talked, what the fuck's been going on? You went on another hike.
Went on another hike.
That was a week long, right?
Got laid off.
Hold on.
Went on another hike.
I'm sorry. Before we get into that, this is not who you do your show with.
This is not.
No.
This is so Danielle and I do the OTDL podcast. Nikki is actually on board with Climb 4.
Dope.
So she's part of the Climb 4 team.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And thanks for being here.
Oh yeah.
I really hope that somebody's not going to be shocked later about the fact that you are randomly live on a
Well, Danielle
podcast.
Danielle lives like in the Midwest. So
I
it's
met
not
her
like-
husband,
She lives
who
in
definitely
Cleveland.
lives up here. And
They don't care. They could care less.
So awesome.
okay, so that all happened. We decided. So since the time you were on the podcast, you've done another hike.
Yeah. So I was laid off, so that afforded me the opportunity and the time. I will say.
I've heard
Yeah.
that happens.
Think positive.
That's right.
So I did. So there was a section of the PCT that I wasn't able to do the year that I hiked it in 2017 because it was covered in flames, basically. So right when we got to that section, there were rangers that were like, can't go through here. It was a 70-mile section, 72 miles. And it was from Snoqualmie to Stevens Pass, which is in Washington.
Yep.
So we basically just skipped up to Stevens Pass and continued our hike.
Okay.
Didn't have any issues with fire after that. So
Now, did this complete the full?
completed it. I've
So
hiked every foot of that motherfucker.
Shut up. Seriously? I got goosebumps. Like, that is so awesome. Like, seriously, that's
So you flew back during your unemployment, did your 72?
Yep.
Put your check in the box.
Yep.
That's awesome.
that's
Yep.
fucking crazy.
I know. It's super cool.
You just hiked the whole west coast
It
of the
makes me
U.S.
ugly smile. That's when you know.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was amazing. Super painful. So Section J, if you've ever looked it up, it is the steepest elevation gain and loss on the PCT ever on the PCT. And I also had the opportunity to save a tiny chipmunk. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, we didn't catch that. I saw because it was kind of clips. We were getting clips of it through your social media.
Yeah. So we just so happened to find a chipmunk that had stunned itself falling from a tree. And I was like, he just needs heat. He just needs warmth and love. And
We have to save him.
I'll,
All the things my command didn't give me.
if you have the cool thing where you can show pictures and stuff.
Hey, hold on, I'll pull it up. We go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah,
I'll pull it up.
so we found this little guy. He wouldn't bite, he wouldn't do anything, and I picked him up and I looked at my hiking partner, her name is Bianca, and she was my original hiking partner on the PCT as well, like back in
that's awesome.
2017.
She went back out with you.
She went back out with me. She looked at me and she was like, "What are we gonna do?" And I was like, "We have two options. I can strike this little guy with a rock,
And have
Put 'em on-
something to eat tonight.
yeah, or we take him." And then all of a sudden, I'm taking my sleeping shirt and I'm making a harness out of it around my neck. Put in little Jay. We called him Jay.
Jalen?
And he slept in the night. This is probably night 3, I think. In the night, it's gonna be very. Oh, it's gonna be Instagram.
Oh, she knows
I'll go on
exactly where
IG.
it is.
Go on IG.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, you're not gonna be able to find it because I'm private and we don't follow each other. You don't follow me, at least.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do, Leslie? Yeah, that's the second one.
What's up, Julie?
Come on, let's do it.
Pictures of his dog. His dog's not
So-
Because we're doing a live interview right now.
Yeah, thanks, Julie.
Julie?
So, in the middle of the night, we were watching him. He had video. He had changed his kind of attitude. He was like getting like kind of playful, you know, like he was like peeking out from the
Just
shirt.
be clear, we're still talking about a squirrel.
Still talking about the squirrel.
Chipmunk, I'm sorry.
He was like peeking out from the little shirt and the little nook that I put him in. I'm like, dude, he's really like
So
looks like he's gonna make it.
Where in the hike did
like-
you
this
define them? Was like in the
This
beginning?
was like day 3.
So
So,
he
like,
spent
what,
the rest
20
of the hike.
10 miles into
With
it?
you
20
guys.
No,
miles
he
into
only
it?
spent one night with us because
Okay.
he was a cold, hard little body when we woke up the next morning.
He died?
He died.
Is this right
Oh
here?
my God,
Yes.
that took a hard left turn.
That's
which
him.
I don't know that I'll
So
recover.
if you go over one, it has 2 pictures.
I didn't even know that he died.
Right? I thought that this was going to end
Yeah.
very well.
2 pictures.
You put all that effort into it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's him,
Hey. I know. Well, we're live. Dude.
and that's a good little mountain photo.
Jeez, I'm gonna pull all this.
Leslie rescued a chipmunk that then died, but she gave us a 10-minute journey of.
It needed to be lived. It
It
needed to be lived again. All right.
And then it died.
He died.
So Leslie, what's this? This is the mountains.
Yep. So that's
the
the mountain
PCT in
range
the
of the
background.
PCT. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
And that was on our second to last day. So that was probably the best view that we had.
Look how happy you look.
I was super happy.
So this is
pre-dead
him.
chipmunk,
This
right?
is him. Yeah, that's
pre-dead
him.
chipmunk.
He's in that little shirt. You can see him sleeping in there.
And you saved him.
And I hiked with him through like river crossings and
So crazy.
I did.
You're fucking
Oh my
rescuing
God.
animals. You're hooking vets up with camping gear. Like what? Hiking the whole PCT. Like,
Jesus Christ.
seriously, stop being awesome.
Mother Teresa's got a job opening. If you're
Yeah.
interested.
The rest of us are trying to keep up, okay?
Yeah,
It's
seriously.
nothing. It's nothing.
Like I high fived myself this morning for getting out of bed. I was like, "Good job, Billy." Yes. That
That's
was
like how my
sweet.
parents
Yeah.
were when I was growing up. Like I never was good in school, but if I just got a C, my mom's like, "Want to get ice cream?" I'm like,
Yeah. She's getting degrees. Thanks, Mom.
mediocrity.
It's like, woohoo! You woke up this morning and you put your own shoes on.
Exactly
So
what happened.
bad.
That's fantastic. So, all right, so you, I assume, buried it, and then, oh my!
Oh, did you eat it? You ate it, didn't
No,
you?
hold on,
Did you
hold
get
on.
hungry?
Did you
So,
properly give it
that's
back to
the way
I will
nature?
say it was about 40 degrees when we woke up in the morning, and
Jesus.
A little bit of salt.
it was
Some
hard.
crazy
It was
choice
hard
for
to
me.
dig. We had
Crazy.
a poop, shovel that wasn't sturdy enough to like really dig that deep to give a proper burial. So we just kind of.
Chucked it into a bush and kept going. I'll tell you what. That's.
I
the
want to
most-
be honest. It's all about honesty
That's
here.
the most moto operated thing I've ever been through.
So hold on, we want to stop for a second because Danique and Leslie actually have something they want to present to you.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Stop.
So on live. So
Stop.
Thanks. Stay here.
For everybody on the internet
I'm
machine,
very confused what's going on right now.
I witnessed once a woman get a quilt from Quilts of Valor, and it was probably the most profound experiences I've ever seen because females who serve are often skipped, and a lot of the injuries we get.
Told you
don't
I'd get you
wake up in
cry
a
live on
hospital
TV.
with a quilt. So I like building in a win in somebody else's life every once in a while, and there's 2 girls here that actually needed a win. So it's our honor to give you a Quilt of Valor
For you and
a
Meg.
female veteran who honorably served our country.
Stop. Thank you.
They were specifically made.
Billy, put the depressing music on.
Should I put
The
the
Titanic soundtrack.
Yeah, the Titanic soundtrack. I can't get it to play.
I mean,
So-
took a
You guys ruined
So
me.
you never feel like you were skipped for anything you did, and we're never gonna let you fall.
So by the way, you're officially family now. It's like totally official. So
I hate everyone. That was awesome. Did you know this
I
was
got like
happening?
stuck in the corner on that one.
Meg's gonna cry herself to sleep tonight in a huge blanket. Yes.
Oh my god.
You just smiled at the camera.
Yeah, so we'll do that. You can do that later, part later when you guys. So I'll
Okay,
put this in the bag
okay.
for you.
But I don't
All right.
deserve this.
Quiet you. We'll talk later.
Put it in the bag. Why did you guys do that to me?
Oh, this has been set up for days.
Are you serious?
Yeah, come on. We want you to brag about yourself too, but we got to throw these things in there also.
You guys ripped me up.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
That wasn't fair.
So it was them. So it's your other female.
Is this live?
Yeah, still live. We're not. I haven't. Leslie, wait. You thought I hit stop?
I didn't practice my cry face.
So what happened was the mouse wasn't working. So we
Was
just stayed over
was
there.
it elegant? Was it like gentle? Because usually it's like,
So we got your ugly laugh, your ugly cry. Like we're getting the gambit of everything. Oh, it's
this
great.
is awesome.
So
I love you guys. Thank
And
you.
you get to keep the bag, by the way. The bag.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's great. I love it. It's wonderful.
So I want to say, and you know, me and you, we know you got the podcast. You had to take a little break from it for personal reasons, which is totally fine because me and you have taken breaks from Liberty Risk before.
Right.
And you know, as veterans, we go through personal issues that sometimes we talk about, sometimes we don't. But we just want to let you know that we're here for you through that, and we're always going to support what you guys do with that podcast.
Thank you, sir.
Monday through Friday,
Appreciate
8:30 to 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are our business hours. Always Monday
during
through Friday,
business
8:30 to
hours.
4.
I love it.
But yeah, so where are you headed next? Like, are you headed out of here? Are you going somewhere for?
Yeah, so I'm actually headed up to Chincoteague for what would have been the seafood festival, but we already paid for an Airbnb. It's like a beautiful, like blue mansion.
You an old man?
No, me and a bunch of girls.
That's awesome.
We were gonna. Yeah, I got this for my friend Katya, who was supposed to get married this year. Shout out Katya. Be there soon. But you know, as all COVID would go, things changed.
Yeah.
So, but we still had the
Fuck
Airbnb.
2020.
They wouldn't give us the money back, so we're like, fine, we'll go anyway, even though the Oyster Fest isn't going on. But that's what we got going on today. I'll be there till Sunday, and then now it's just kind of keeping my head above water and making sure I'm doing self-care and
Yes. And you know, you can
in
reach out to
general.
any of us.
For sure.
As hard as it is sometimes, we know we all got that pride of just, I'll get through this shit.
Yeah.
But you can call any of us. Email, message, whatever helps
Okay.
you out. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Leslie, I love you to
I
death.
love you.
All right, go drink your
Awesome.
beer, go mingle. I know
Go
you don't have
drink
much
the
more
beer.
time.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you guys
sir.
later. Meg, scoot over, Meg. You're in the middle now, Meg. So while we're still on for just a minute, how has your first event been? Because you're all fancy dressed.
I am fancy dress. I think it's gone pretty well. It's
Take your phone, Jesus. Stop interrupting the show.
I think it's gone pretty well. Everything kind of went off without a hitch. It was a little stressful to begin with, but now we're calming down. Everyone's relaxing. We can have a few drinks. But yeah, I'm more excited about this. Is the first time I've ever met you, Billy.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. Is me and Meg have done the show for months and months and months together, and yesterday was the first time we actually met in person. So it's funny how we brought her into the show. I'm like, oh, I've never met her before, but we trust her.
It very
She's been
naturally
killing it.
kind of clicked together, and then
Yeah, been killing
we
it.
got together. And Billy was like, "Nah, fuck her, we gotta fire her."
Yeah,
And,
we
you know,
have to
we
fire
got
her
at least one more
immediately.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we have one more interview that we need to do right now.
Yeah, let's bring it on.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, where's it
I
at?
legitimately just lost her. She ran to the car.
So she's at the car.
Okay.
She's
You know
at the
what?
car. She'll be back.
Huh? Richard, with it. We have to do NVA because it's over. Yeah.
We need to what?
NVA and NVA, right? NVE, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have them on next. Jesus hell. NVE. Yes.
You are not good with acronyms. I've
No,
noticed
I
that.
hate them because I
And that's
want
the
them. I
Navy.
want them to be what I want.
The
So
Navy is full of
EMDR. It was definitely EDM for me.
Yeah, you're like EDM. We're like electro
EDM
dance
rager.
music.
That's electronic dance music rager is what I equated it to. Yeah.
I need a beer.
You know what? I will bring in our guest and I will go grab you a libation.
Yeah,
How's that?
something small.
You'll get what I bring you and you'll like it.
Can you bring me
I'm
something?
driving.
What do you want?
I don't know. You
Winning
know,
lotto numbers?
You know what I like.
Swamp water with some vodka.
They don't have dick on tap.
Listen, I'm still a professional, right?
I'm
now.
still-
Moderately and also kinda.
We're still on the show though, Meg. I mean,
Whatever.
So-
It'll buff out. It'll buff out.
so were you surprised by the
I
Don't know how to react right now still?
don't feel like that's supposed to go to me.
See, I get that. You know what? I get that though, because sometimes you don't recognize that.
Your own achievements.
Well, yeah, your own achievements and the time that you did is meaningful to people, so that it's difficult for you to come to terms and people want to thank you. It's the evolution of thank you for your service and what do I say to it?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, like I feel like there's so many other people that are deserving of it, and I am like, I didn't do all that much. I just did my job. I went home.
You know, that's a lot for a lot of people who's just doing your job. There are a lot of people that are basically good at just breathing and, you know, doing your job. It's a lot more than a lot of other people
I'm not
really were
even
able
good
to
at
do.
breathing. Shit, you guys have seen me multiple times. Even today, spill my drink on myself.
I did. I definitely, she like took a drink and it was like a hole in her fucking like, piddle all down her fucking.
That's why you wore black, so it doesn't show.
Honestly, that's probably a good reason why.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
get
I was
the,
like,
Yeah, all right, go get MVE. So, all right, let's get her on. You go do your thing.
do what thing?
Do whatever your thing, because we need the guest to sit there.
Oh,
So
okay.
move,
I'll
Meg. Move.
go over here. That's fine.
After you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So you gonna leave the mask on?
No, because I can't breathe.
Yeah, take it off.
You
We're all
mind?
We're all COVID free. We're all
Okay.
COVID free.
Oh yeah, the government makes sure I get my weekly enema and make sure that I'm COVID free.
Don't do that.
So thank you for coming on the show. So just go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell us about your organization and what you guys are out here for this event.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Vanessa Maddox. I'm a senior recruiter with NVE out of Reston, Virginia, Washington, D.C. area. And a few weeks ago, I got a random email from someone, and they said they were having a hiring event for veterans at a brewery, and I thought that was the most awesomest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it is awesome.
And I presented it to the VP of HR, and she said, sure, take some stuff down there, go down there, meet some veterans, and, try to fill our positions. And my colleague Tanya and I came down yesterday,
Okay, awesome.
and this has been an absolutely amazing event.
Yeah, it's pretty. We've been here as a podcast before at Makers, and just the facility alone and the Mariani family, the way they just host, they just open their doors pretty much, and it's absolutely amazing. So tell us a little bit about the company
Okay.
and where you were looking to fill those spots for the veterans.
Okay. So NVE is a woman-owned federal government contracting firm.
Amazing.
And we specialize in several areas: facilities management, program/project management, security, surveillance, and some administrative contracts.
Okay.
But our sweet spot is really facilities management for federal buildings.
So buildings that are on the bases or federal entities.
Federal entities, for instance, GSA is one of our customers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we hire people that are facilities management SMEs, and we hire them to manage a facility, whatever that entails.
So whatever that entails is facility management is where they will take over and do that.
Yes, we
Wow,
take over and
okay.
do that.
So that could be something very
job.
small to something very, very
Something
large.
very small to something very mega huge, like
Yeah.
a military base.
Wow.
And
So the entire
so-
installation.
The entire installation could fall under that. So I'm a senior recruiter. I've been here since January of this year, but I've been in HR and recruiting for 30 years.
That is absolutely amazing. See, I worked with facilities management people on a lower scale, and I just don't think people really understand. If you're doing the entire base, what that really entails is another company coming in, getting that contract,
Yes.
which is huge, and then taking over all of that. That's a huge task for a company to manage just on that level, because then there comes all those workers that are involved in that process.
That's right.
That is. So how long has the company been around?
About 16, 17 years.
Okay.
And we are growing so rapidly that Tanya and I cannot keep up. So
That's a good thing.
It's a great
That is
thing.
a great thing. Thank you very
It's
much.
a great thing. Oh, thank you. And as soon as we think we have breathing room for a couple days,
Not happening.
6 more positions come that we have
That's
to fill.
great, but that's a
So
great thing.
It keeps you busy, keeps us on our toes. We're always learning, always evolving. And I am honored to serve veterans.
That is so great. No, that's great to hear. It's as you heard, sometimes it's for veterans. We as veterans we get told a lot. Oh, it's going to be so easy for you to get a job. It's going. You were in the military. So many doors are open for you. It took me. I've retired from the Navy 5 years ago, and it took a good 2.5 years for me to find something that was well established. So that's one thing to have. Companies and organizations like yours that are actively seeking out veterans. That's a huge relief, and that's why we wanted to get you on. And I'm so glad that you came to the event.
Thank
and
you.
So how
We
was
are
the
too.
The turnout was really good today.
It was an awesome turnout for rain. I mean, look at the weather.
The bad part of it held out until about now.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
I'm glad it did.
Thank goodness. But yeah, well, the rain was from that hurricane down there in
Oh, I
Louisiana.
forgot about that. Yes.
Which my heart bleeds for those
Yes.
down in the Gulf
They
Coast
get
right
it.
now.
They get it so bad every time.
Usually it's us up here,
Usually it's us.
and this year it's been nice and slow with no hurricanes so far.
So I wanted to add something about
Yeah, absolutely.
Recruiting and veterans. So not only is NVE very involved and, it's a part of our strategy to recruit veterans, but we want to get them when they're 2-3 years from coming out. That's the critical path, right?
Okay.
The critical part. And the other thing is, we not only want to get them when they're on their way out, but we want to partner with those career advising entities in the military.
Yes.
That we could go and we say, hey, we're looking for this. How many people you got coming out in January? They should be able to tell us that, and we should be able to start priming those veterans as soon as they come out. We could extend.
And that is such a relief to hear, because when I transitioned out, and this happened to a lot of veterans, when we transition out, we literally feel like we're like, thanks for your service, and you just get pushed out.
There you go.
Pushed out the door, and it is so horrible, especially when I feel the more time you do, it hurts even that much more. It's almost like being fired in a sense, because we were talking to a veteran that was here. We kind of did a little interview with him, and he said he was having a huge issue. It was actually Meg's friend.
He's sitting over there.
He's sitting over there.
Yeah.
He was having a huge issue because his career counselor, who's supposed to be giving him this information, transition out, was like, well, I'm transferring soon, so you just have to wait till the next one. And then the next one has to still get acclimated to the new command. But luckily, she stepped up and got him the information he needed.
Before she left.
Well, the new one did, while still checking in and getting her foot in the door as a new representative for him. But yeah, even through TAP classes, when I went through TAP class, the guy that I had running my TAP class, I didn't want to show up because it was just a bad experience. I felt we were doing all the work and there wasn't really. He's like, yeah, this is where you get the information. Just go on the website. And if you have questions, I'm here.
No, so veterans, like all veterans, you guys require a special set of, you have special sets of needs when you're on the way out. So as professional recruiters, we should not be waiting until you guys hit the street. We should be going where you are and saying, hey, Bob, you're coming out in 2 years. I want to start grooming you when you come out.
For this position.
For this position or any
that
position
would be amazing.
that you're interested in. That's the difference between contractors that are going to be successful and the ones that are not. So
Yeah.
if you don't have that sort of forethought to grab you, I mean, you look how experienced you guys are, and you're coming out with TSSCI, with polys and full scopes. Okay, I'm begging for those people every day.
At 22 years old, some of these kids.
I
Yeah,
have
we were
right
having
now.
me and Meg were having this discussion last night. It's really amazing. I was telling when I was an engineer, some of the multi-million-dollar equipment they entrust you with at 18, 19. I
It's
mean,
crazy.
Meg was working on top secret aircraft at 19 years old.
I was 21, but yeah,
You know,
essentially.
yes, I mean, still, even at 21, that's
young. That's young.
yeah, it's insanely young.
And so, so we want to get professionals like you, 2-3 years out. I want to be able to call someone at TAP or call someone at a career transition center and say, hey, give me a list of 500 veterans that are coming out in 2 years. And I'm going to start grooming it. That's it.
That's amazing because you know what? Civilian,
Not everybody's doing that.
well, civilian contractors also do that for college kids. When I was going to Eastern Connecticut State University, right before graduation, we would have, the school would set up huge events just like this for civilian kids coming out of college. Having those
Campus recruiting.
Yes, campus recruiting events. And these events were 60, 70, 80, 90 companies, literally 10 to 10, saying, let me see your resume. And a lot of them were doing what we did here today, hiring you on the spot. They were walking away from that event with a job,
Yes.
with a career.
Yes.
So it's good to hear. I mean, it's literally giving me goosebumps to hear that your company is actively seeking out veterans well in advance of their
departure.
their departure from the military.
Right.
So is there anything else you would like to?
Vanessa.maddox@nvecorp.com.
Yeah, give us all your information.
Right.
We're going to put all your information out on all our social media outlets, all on our website, and back on our live feed.
And I want my phone to be ringing off the hook as of Tuesday.
Well, hopefully it does because we reach about 30 to 40,000 people a month with this podcast, and our main audience is veterans.
So right now, whoever's listening, I have 6 watch officer positions that I have to fill yesterday. And it's required.
What are people waiting for?
Is a high school diploma, 5 years, and a TSSCI. You're hired.
It's not quite like I have a secret clearance, but I have worked around top secret. It would not be that difficult to get a top secret clearance.
Yeah, once you get a secret clearance, it's not hard to up your clearance level.
Yeah.
As long as your foot's in the door.
In a lot of cases, our company and other companies will help you get elevated to the next level so you can start working.
And as long as you communicate that to someone like you, say, hey, look, I really want to work in this position. I have an active secret clearance. What do I need to do? Or can you help me get that top secret clearance? Because I feel like I would be an asset to your company.
All they have to do is ask. All they have to do is say that.
So the worst thing you could say, like mom and dad said, is no.
Is no.
Okay.
50-50 chance, yes or no.
So
There's
open
no
your mouth and
middle ground.
communicate.
You gotta communicate. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you that. But if you don't speak up, I'm not gonna know what you want.
And you're not going to hire them because they're not going to meet the
You
qualifications.
gotta be communicative.
There we go.
You gotta stay in touch. Stay on top of recruiters. We have literally 50, 60, 75 recs on our desk at a time, right?
Yeah.
Some of us do, some of us don't. But the good ones, like moi, we're going to make sure that if you have the skill set we want, we're not going to let you go anywhere. Make
Awesome.
sense?
Absolutely. So thank you for so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Get with you outside. Get us all your information, and we will, as just a kindness to you, put all your information out on all our social media outlets. That way, hopefully, your phone's ringing off the hook on Tuesday.
Yay! Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right.